Time and time again, Loki has proved himself to be an irresponsible and immature god who delights in fooling and misleading his peers, earning his title as the God of Trickery. Some people believe that because of his jolly and mischievous sentiments and actions, he would be an excellent master of the universe, because under his rule the world would be a merry and light-hearted place. However, it is much too likely that he would end up tricking us all into being his slaves, or remarkably disappoint us because of his flippant tendency to eradicate promises he has made. It would not be an exaggeration to say that any pledges Loki vows are mere asseverations, certainly not to be taken seriously in most cases. There are some well-known stories which serve as attestations to the fact that the Nordic trickster god is unreliable in his words and deeds. One such story which shows not only Loki's dishonesty, but also his disrespect for his fellow gods, is in the case of the death of Balder, son of Odin and Frigg. Balder, the god of light, began to have troubling dreams of dangerous events befalling him, which Odin interpreted to be a forewarning of his son's death. He travelled to Helheim and asked a dead soothsayer how this would come about. She told him everything she knew of it, for she did not realize that her questioner was the chief of the gods himself, Odin, the father of Balder. Odin had disguised himself as a commoner living in the realm of Hel to ensure that he would not be denied admittance into the underworld. He departed and went back into the land of the living and into the realm of Asgard, upon which he told his wife Frigg of their son's inescapable doom. She tried to preserve her son's life as long as she could by making every being, living and non-living in the world, swear an oath to not kill the boy. Loki too swore this oath, but as we will soon see, words meant nothing to him. The gods, knowing that Balder was now practically invincible, decided to have a bit of fun by all flinging deadly weapons at him. Just as they knew would happen, all bounced harmlessly off his body. The insolent god Loki, as is his nature, discovered from Frigg that she had not had an oath sworn by the mistletoe plant, for she thought that it was not capable of any harm. Because of this fact, Loki knew that only a weapon made from that very plant could end Balder's life. Loki fashioned out of mistletoe wood a spear, and, in the midst of the gods' fun with Balder's new invincibility, approached Hoder, a god who was blind, and therefore was unable to participate in the merriments in which the other gods were revelling. Loki gave the deadly spear to Hoder and told him just where to aim. The innocent god shot just where Loki had instructed, and thus ignorantly killed Balder. Later, Odin attempted to bring Balder back to life, but these attempts were of no avail, again, because Loki, the irresponsible and wickedly mischievous trickster god, wanted to meddle in others' affairs.
In this story is illustrated two very revealing points on Loki's part. One, his lack of respect for Frigg, Odin, Balder, and pretty much everyone. And two, how Loki relates so very well to evil itself, or darkness. This is seen as he tries to kill the god of light and goodness, Balder. Loki clearly tells lies often and deceives people into believing something bad is good. He lies to Frigg when he promises that he will not harm Balder, and he tricks Hoder into breaking his oath as well. He tells him to throw the spear, and the blind god does so, not knowing the harm it will cause. In fact, considering the possibility that Loki symbolizes darkness, the aforementioned scenario can be viewed in the following way. Darkness deceives a being which only sees darkness, who is blind, and cannot see the difference between darkness and light. Because of the trickery done by the malicious Loki, a being blinded to darkness destroys light.
As you can see by this interesting analysis on the story of the death of Balder, it is very easily possible that, should Loki be elected master of the universe, it will start out as a happy kingdom such as the Emerald City, but will eventually become a dark prison in which the subjects constantly chant their never-ending love for Loki. whilst in reality being blinded, like Hoda, by the god of trickery himself, spending the rest of their days chanting,